Welcome to Stressed and Depressed, the effects of social media. I'm your host, Diego Peralta, and joining me today is Dr. Kenneth Granados from the Riverside Health Hospital. Welcome, Dr. Granados.
Hey, Diego. Glad to be here.
Hey, so I had a few questions for you today, and to start off is, what are the benefits of us teens talking to a psychiatrist?
That's a great question. I think the benefits truly outnumber a lot, but to put it very simply, having a mental health professional available, whether it's a psychiatrist or a clinical therapist, is ultimately beneficial in so many ways. We're able to kind of share our thoughts, our feelings, our viewpoints in a very safe environment. Just for example, if you were dealing with some type of health concern, and if it was truly severe, you would ultimately see a professional, a doctor, for that ailment to get assistance. The same thing applies for mental health. Mental health is something that at times, for the most part, we may not see within our own selves or that of others. So speaking to someone like a psychiatrist or a clinical therapist is ultimately for our overall well-being.
Makes sense. Okay. Do you believe that social media has a negative effect on mental health?
Absolutely. 100%. In my experience, I could recount many experiences, but for the sake of time, what I would kindly share would be social media has been around for some time, but thankfully with current research within the past 5 to 10 years, there have been huge developments that have shown time and again that social media and the interaction that it has specifically with the adolescent brain behavior, so forth, is truly very delicate. And even as for adults, we may have our own interactions with social media, even more so with teenagers who are going about their daily lives or who are going to school and are being on many different platforms. There are a lot of benefits being able to interact with peers whom we have not seen for some time, really getting to see other people's likes and dislikes. But at the end of the day, at the current trend, discretion truly is advised, and there are significant concerns with social media and teen health.
Oh, wow. Well, last question is, what steps can be taken to improve our mental health?
We probably may have heard this time and again, but it's sincerely true. Our diet is key. Having a good, balanced, healthy diet. It's interesting, and it's remarkable to know that our stomachs are composed of bacteria, and that bacteria system is very delicate. And if we consume foods that are not healthy for us, it can really disturb that environment and make us feel sad, have us experience these types of concerning mood states. Compared to if we have a very good, balanced, healthy diet, the opposite is true. We just are in a more improved state of mind. In addition to a good physical activity regimen, doesn't have to be high intensity, but moderate. But ultimately, at the end of the day, our ability to communicate with others, whether it's our own family members or friends, being able to communicate is essential to not only us sharing if there is a concern, but also for them to see how are we doing if there is a concern that's needed to address. I think there are very simple ways that we can do to improve our own mental health.
Oh, wow. Great. Thank you. And thanks for joining me on this podcast. And remember, mental health is mental wealth.